The face-to-face meeting between Tommy and Tariq was destined to happen sooner or later, and it is destined to happen once again, but for now Tommy has moved on after hearing Tariq say hopefully he'll be worthy of his father's name the next time they meet. So in this video I'm talking the rise of Tariq St Patrick, so welcome back to MovieBot. Let's talk about Power Book 2 Ghost, Tariq St Patrick. So I hope you're all doing great, and some of you who have followed me from the very beginning of Power Book 2 Ghost will remember I made this video after episode 5 during the mid-season break, and I spoke about how we're witnessing the rise of Ghost through Tariq St Patrick. So I'm going to link the video down below for those who are new to my channel or may not have seen the video, but since then we've witnessed more smart moves from Tariq, more similarities to his father Ghost, and most recently even Tariq admitting himself that he's more like his father than he first thought. He understands him and he's hopeful that one day he's worthy of taking his father's name. So let's play that scene between Tommy and Tariq and just listen to what Tariq had to say. So I'm just going to play that short clip for you now.
You see this bullshit right here? This shit exactly like him. Just like Ghost.
Well, if I ever see you again, maybe by then I'll be worthy of his name, right?
So Tariq's response to Tommy was, well, if I see you again, then maybe I'll be worthy of taking his name. And Tariq has really completed a U-turn on his way of thinking from the start of the season, when he refused to believe he was anything like his father, but he's done a full transformation from the very first appearance in court, wearing this red tracksuit, to his last appearance in court, wearing a red suit, just symbolizing his transformation. Within the first couple of episodes, we had 3 people tell Tariq that he's just like his father. Tasha told him that he's behaving like Ghost, Simon Stern also said that he reminds him of his father, and Uncle Gabe as well when they were at Ghost's funeral. Then we heard Tommy say this in the season finale, which was the clip that I just played for you guys. See this bullshit right here? This shit exactly like him, just like Ghost. Tommy sees the ghost in Tariq, and I think when Tommy said this is when Tariq really came to the realization that he is now Ghost in the making. He's more like his father than he first knew, and over the course of the season he's come to realize that he now wants to become everything his father was by admitting to Monet that he killed his father, saying ghosts never die because now he believes he can be Ghost. And people question the title of Power Book 2 Ghost. Why is it titled Ghost? It's because we're seeing the rise of Ghost through Tariq St Patrick. Just like the video I made earlier on in the season, which I titled The Rise of Ghost, because it was clear to see the parallels of the showrunners that they're making between Tariq and his father Ghost, and I have no doubt in my mind that Tariq will become a better and a smarter version of Ghost. Now the move that he made in court is pretty obvious to say that it wouldn't happen in real life, but we have to remember it's just TV, and the way Tariq used all the ammo that he had and executed this at the precise moment to ensure this was thrown back at Sax in a way where it was impossible for him to come back from. This moment from Tariq St Patrick was absolutely genius, and no doubt with the help of Tamika, Tariq thought strategically and was always 2 steps ahead of Cooper Sax. Something Ghost used to do, thinking strategically, always being 2 steps ahead of his opponent, just like the execution of Milan. Tariq really thinks 2 steps ahead, just like when he approached Tommy, knowing that Tommy wasn't going to stop hunting down his mother. He hatched a plan to fake Tommy's death, and also thinking another step ahead by making sure Tasha was safe because he knew Tommy would stop at nothing and he wouldn't leave without giving Tasha the bullet. Now I touched on this slightly yesterday on my video because I do think the reason they let Tariq get the upper hand on Tommy here with Monet showing up and putting the piece to Tommy's head was because this episode right here had to show the rise of Tariq St Patrick. This show is about him, and Tommy appearing was a great cameo, but just because he's Tommy, it doesn't mean he has to take the limelight away from Tariq, because Tommy will have all the limelight on Power Book 4 Force, and Tommy's gun that Tariq now has I do believe will find its way back to the correct owner at some point. Now let's throw it back to episode 4, which was titled The Prince, where Tariq described the book as it shows how people get what they want in the most efficient way. People are always going to want your spot, and the Prince shows that no matter how much power or money a person may have, they're still going to want to come for your neck regardless. So he said it's better to address your competition head on rather than them wait to storm the castle. And this is what we've seen Tariq St Patrick do throughout the season, and if you want to know more about the moves from the first half of the season, then rewatch my video of Rise of Ghost video, which I've linked down below, because I want to focus on what we saw in the second half of the season, and he's handled every situation head on, from his course correct app to taking out his competition to dealing with Kane and killing Jabari. So let's talk about that Jabari kill. Now Tariq's intention was to never kill Jabari when he first met up with him to pick up the money, but as the conversation went deeper, and from earlier on in the conversation with Jabari about him knowing Tariq selling drugs to Drew Tejada, him connecting the dots with him and the Tejada family, it was pretty clear to Tariq that Jabari knew way too much information, and information that can hurt Tariq and the Tejadas, and so he had to go. But just before he killed Jabari, he mentioned to him that he had to kill his father and he had to kill his best friend. And best friend, he was referring to Kanan because he felt a real connection with Kanan, but it's something he had to do to protect his family, and this is what Tariq does when his back is pushed up against the wall. Just like in episode's 10 description, how it described how his back is going to be up against the wall, and when he's forced to kill someone, he does. Just like he had to kill Kanan to protect his family, he had to kill Jabari to protect his new family, which is the Tejadas. So now I want to connect the dots to episode 9, and when Effie told him that he's a monster, and that the sooner that he accepts it, the better off that he'll be. So is Tariq a monster? Now only when he has to be, he can be a cold and a ruthless killer when his back is against the wall, and he'll do whatever's necessary to make sure he protects his family, whether it be his mother Tasha or the Tejadas. Now Effie knew that Tariq has the monster inside him, and even though Tariq said he's not a monster in episode 9, I believe he's come to the realization that he is, and so did Tasha. It was that moment when Tasha came storming into Tariq's room at Stansfield after Tommy Egan lit up the bar, where Tasha and Monet were having the conversation about Tasha buying Tariq out of the game. Ironic now that she wants Tariq out of the game when she spent her whole time in power convincing Ghost to do the opposite. But anyway, let me play that short clip between Tariq and Tasha for you now.
Tariq, Tommy is a fucking killer.
Ma, so am I. Alright? Haven't I always had your back and protected you?
So Tasha telling Tariq that Tommy is a fucking killer, only for him to respond with "so am I." And just look at the reaction on Tasha's face as she sunk, sat back, and in that moment, she realized what she created. At that moment, she realized that she's created this monster, similarly to the way Monet has created Kane. And now there's no turning back for Tariq because, as Monet said to Tasha, she didn't go looking for him. Tariq found her, and now he belongs to Monet. And I do think we'll see this relationship evolve a little more with Monet and the Tejadas, now that Kane has seen what Tariq is capable of, and now that Monet knows that Tariq was the one to kill his father. Although she doesn't know who Ghost is, she's gonna have that conversation with Lorenzo, and he actually might connect the dots. So now with Kane and Monet and the Tejadas, the relationship and journey with the Tejadas is gonna be an interesting one. And this scene that we saw in the season finale with Tariq looking in the mirror, one of you guys will be able to tell me in the comment section which scene and episode it was from in the original Power series, because I am pretty damn sure that we saw a similar scene with Ghost looking in the mirror the way Tariq was. But there is no doubt that Tariq St Patrick is moving just like his father Ghost. His smart moves, his chess play of being 2 steps ahead, him helping Tommy fake his death, to Tommy telling him he's just like Ghost, and Tommy telling him he's just like Ghost has finally made Tariq come to the realization that he's growing up just to be like his father. But as Tariq said, he believes he's found another way for drug dealers as they either end up in dead or in jail. Now Courtney Kemp said she doesn't know what this third way is, but could that third way be to fake your own death just like he helped Tommy to do? So I'll leave that thought with you, but no doubt, ghosts never die, and we're now seeing Tariq rise as the new Ghost, and one day he may just take his name before he meets Tommy once again, just like he said. So let me know what your thoughts are on Tariq St Patrick being the next Ghost. Will he achieve the greatness like his father achieved? Drop me all your comments down below on Tariq St Patrick and his father Ghost. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, remember to smash the subscribe button. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.